We seek refuge in God from the accursed Satan, in the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. May the peace and blessing of God be with all of you. Dear brothers and dear sisters who continue to listen to this new class on emotional intelligence, class number 32. We were talking about a failed couple who neglect to develop emotional intelligence, who fail to control their emotions, and who have not learned how to contain negative emotions. Today we want to explain how two important factors, patience and tolerance, can help a couple. Those who neglect these two factors inevitably fail. We continue with the failed couple who have not developed emotional intelligence. Look, brother, emotional intelligence is one thing, a factor, a skill that can be developed and can be diminished. It depends on the practice you start. When you are going to learn, put into practice everything you learn here in this class. Little by little, you will develop that skill of yours. Then you will have a happier, more enjoyable, and sweeter life. Look, brother, look, sister, listen carefully. Patience is bitter. That is true. But it is the key to controlling ourselves. Patience means that when I have a negative emotion, I will control myself through patience. I have anger, I stay silent. Through patience, I will remain patient, enduring my anger. That is bitter, but it helps me to control myself. The person who has learned to control their lust, their anger, their emotions, their desires, controlling all of that through character, which is patience, will then learn to control themselves. Thus, little by little, through the practice of patience, one can develop their ability, their emotional intelligence. So, when there is something negative from your partner, a negative word, an inappropriate word, an untimely remark, or something that can be interpreted very negatively, since you have patience, you act with tolerance. The person who has learned to be patient can endure everything and thus will be tolerant. And tolerance is the key to a successful partnership. But an exciting person, an emotional person, someone who is sentimental already says my feelings are the whole reality. So whenever I feel an emotion, whenever something affects me, whenever something excites me, I am going to express myself. I have not learned to keep my mouth shut through patience. I have not learned to endure that bitterness of patience, that bitterness of the situation. I cannot stand it. Then, that negativity, that poisonous air of complaint will come out of their mouth. That breath, that poisonous breath of Satan, that curse will come into their life from complaints, from screams of anger, from insults, from disrespect, from offending others, from defaming others. Thus, that person will become unbearable for others, and they will reach the limit of patience and will not be able to tolerate each other, leading to failure. So, a lack of patience and a lack of tolerance, which is the fruit of patience, will cause a person to gradually lose their patience. When they lose patience, they will lose tolerance. When you lose tolerance, you will fall into arguments, disputes, fights. You will hit each other, insult each other, and defame one another. Then one will accuse the other, and it will become an unbearable life. It will break down. So you will see people who are very rich, have a lot of money, but that money will not bring them happiness. How many actors, actresses, and football players who are billionaires are going to separate from their partners? So it means that money will not bring happiness. If you are the richest person on earth, that will not give you happiness. Instead, it will create more demands on your partner. When there is more demand, there is less satisfaction. When I demand 100 and receive 10, I am then dissatisfied with what I have received. So when there is more demand, there is less satisfaction. When there is less satisfaction, you send, then I cannot tolerate. I cannot tolerate because I am dissatisfied. On the contrary, when there are fewer demands, there is more satisfaction. I ask for 10 and they give me 20. I am satisfied because I have received more than I deserved. I deserved 10 and they gave me 20. So we are always talking about being super satisfied. In a romantic relationship, a person who is super satisfied because they do not demand, or what they demand is, to be honest, much less than what they give. So they will reduce their demands. Who does this? What makes it happen? Emotional intelligence will control the demands, which are among the negative emotions. Satisfaction is an emotion. We can say it is a positive feeling. It is something that a human being experiences, leading them to tranquility. So that goes the other way around. The more demands, the less satisfaction. When there is more satisfaction, it should always be about less demand. Let's return to the topic. We have explained how patience leads you to tolerance. When you have already prepared yourself to endure all the bad things, yes, then you say, I have come to endure all the bad, to be patient, to be patient. I have prepared myself to face all the bad and endure all the bad, to keep everything bad and just keep my mouth shut. Patient. I am patient. I want to be patient. Every morning when you wake up, say to yourself, today I am prepared to receive 50 negative things from my partner. Is it necessary for me to endure so many negative things? Then your partner does 15 negative things and you say, oh, how good I have been today. It has been a day, a very happy day, because I received less than I expected. Do you understand? So you have prepared yourself for the worst. You have received the bad, so you are satisfied. You are happy. You send. And that life as a couple is, my husband treated me with a lot of respect. How good? Today, he insulted me 10 instead of 20. When you demand the worst from everyone, and everyone was said to tell the truth, I deserve to be treated this way. I am not teaching to be oppressed. Listen, I am teaching how you can think to achieve tolerance. That is in the life of a couple. Justice is a social matter. Take it to the politicians. When you get home, among the family, you shouldn't seek justice. You should seek tolerance, forgiveness. That is the key. But the person who does not understand the difference between social justice, which must be demanded from politicians, is a matter of society, and is brought by the family nucleus, where all the bad must be forgotten, all the bad must be tolerated through patience, neglecting the bad. So it's no longer about me seeking justice, I must be just. That is for society, brother. That's at work, brother. That's when you want to vote for a president. Look for a just one. Criticize the unjust, the oppressors. Fight against the oppressors. That's good. That's bravery. But when you get home, that's not bravery. It's cowardice. A person must be cowardly to demand from their mother. A person must be cowardly to demand from their wife. The person who demands is a coward. They are a fool. Do you know why? Because when you demand more, you will have less satisfaction. You suffer from demanding. You suffer from demanding. The most holy prophet of Islam, the excellent Muhammad, peace be upon him, never asked anything from others. Never. He never asked, give me this. No, he did his own things. For example, he never asked or demanded. Never. So he was always satisfied, always treated others with great respect and affection. So the wife of the Prophet loved the Prophet of Islam so much, 2001, because that person had educated himself to demand less and to tolerate others. And when others did something wrong to him, he would forget it. He would forgive. In matters of God, one must be strong. When you see that they are, for example, oppressing the rights of the Palestinians, now show your character. Show that you are already a brave man. When they are taking away the rights of your people, that is when character shows right. When you come to your weak family, which is already a child, a baby, a son, a woman, That is how you treat them, with justice. That is not how men should be. A man, when he arrives home, should be the sweetest, the most tolerant, and the least demanding. God bless him. In the next class, we will explain how a couple that has not learned to develop that skill, that emotional intelligence, will necessarily fail. We look forward to your comment. Don't forget to leave a comment. It motivates us to do more. A big hug. Salam alaikum.